Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 176 of the Battleship Brawl Season 3 tournament. This episode we have the Bahamut by Gaming19 as the new challenger. Really massive ship, huge, super long bow here. I'm just kind of looking at that shape. It's almost like, kind of reminds me of a narwhal horn almost. Anyway, that is going to be facing off against the prototype 2471 by Locutus of Borg, who is at 4.5 lives. So if the prototype wins this match, it will be headed for the Hall of Champions. So let's go ahead and get this battle underway and see if that's going to happen. Also, I want to check how long is the Leviathan here. The Bahamut is 626 meters long, so it's even longer than the Coastbuster. I thought the Coastbuster was the longest, but nope. Oh, one of the Bahamut's rear guns there took a direct hit. Got blasted out, but this thing has a lot of guns. Oh, but it's already losing a bunch. It is not a fast vessel either. It is barely moving. And it's missing. It needs to stop missing. Oh, jeez. Chain reaction explosions. Is this thing even... Its propellers aren't running. I don't know what's going on there. The Bahamut is taking a massive amount of damage already. Those high explosive cannons on the prototype are doing some significant work. But now the rear guns on the Bahamut are coming into play. They don't seem to actually be firing. The prototype's just running down the side of it, just flinging shells. Prototype does seem to be having a bit of a listing issue as it's turning now, possibly from that damage it took on the side. Wow, Bahamut scoring another hit. Oh, is it gonna hit those? Oh, right on the gun. There it goes, blown apart. Looks like the Bahamut is finally moving. Or nope, that's just the propellers are not spinning. I don't know. It's I don't know if its engines got taken out or what. But it is not moving. It has lost almost all of its guns. Oh, and some explosion over here just took out this very front gun somehow. This gun isn't even connected to the hull anymore, it looks... Oh, yep, nope. There it goes, it fell off. Bahamut has lost all of its weapons. I don't think it has a single operable weapon left. It may have been fragments that got in here and just nicked the... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's many blocks destroyed on this, but this turret is knocked out. So it may have been fragmentation rounds getting in there. Because there's no compartmentalization in here, so a fragment could hit way back here, and it could just fly all the way up through this, and just shred anything it runs into. Oh, the prototype is getting awfully far away. It better despawn its opponent and fast, or it's going to get disqualified. Oh, there it goes. It is not coming back, but it doesn't need to. The Bahamut is officially despawning. The battle is over. The prototype 2471 is the victor here. And we'll be moving on to the Hall of Champions. It is retiring. So congratulations, Locutus of Borg. your vessel has made it. So we'll go ahead and do a quick cut here, so I can take a look at the weapons, armament, the maneuverability, and it just detonated from disqualification. And you know, the stuff for the Hall of Beauty vote. So yeah, see you in a second. Okay, folks, so here we are. This is the prototype 2471 by Locutus of Borg. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna check out how fast this thing goes. It is not a slow ship, not exactly even close to being a slow ship. It's about 21.3 meters per second. It looks like. Let's see what. Yeah, 20, more or less. It goes up to above 21 there momentarily, so it is a pretty quick vessel. Pretty quick, I say. It's nearly at the speed limit. It's really close to the speed limit. And its turns, well, it leans. Well, I mean, going that fast, it's no wonder it leans. When it starts turning hard, it does have kind of a sluggish turn rate. It is not turning around very quickly. Which is, yeah, it proved to be kind of a problem in a couple of the matches. But okay, so yeah, that is the turning here. Maneuverability, very fast, but not very agile. Kind of sluggish in the turns, to be perfectly honest. Next thing we'll take a look at is the armor, which this didn't strike me as a particularly heavily armored ship from watching it fight, and that is turning out to be true. Looking at the insides, the side armor here is 1 meter of beams, metal beams, and then an air gap with some wood sloped on the inside. That's an interesting decision there. And then a layer of stone behind that. Even goes down to wood on the lower sections instead of stone. So rather lightly armored, which is, you know, to be expected of we've got heavy armor all around the AI. That seems like an excessive amount of heavy armor for that AI, but you know, whatever. So yes, rather lightly armored, which is to be pretty expected of a ship that moves as fast as this one does. Okay, so next we'll go ahead and we look at the stats of these smaller secondaries. Minimum gauge high explosives with a 7.84 second reload. Yep, they're high explosive secondaries. That's what they do. They fire fast, powerful explosive shells. At least powerful for their size. Yeah, 16,000 explosive damage is that'll hurt. Getting fired out at looks like there's eight of those guns every 8 seconds, so 16,000 explosive damage a second. Yeah, that hurts. Assuming it all lands, of course. Then you got the 2 meter big old guns here, which are heavily kinetic damage focused and a lot slower to fire. The secondaries fire a little more than twice for every time the primaries fire. Alright, let's go ahead and pull the turret off of here. Whoops. Come over here, get my silly little weapon test platform loaded in. Delete that turret. Oh, I swapped back to the... yeah, okay. That's an expensive turret, 24,000 materials for one of these turrets. Not at all cheap. Oh yeah, I should probably go over to the weapon test platform so I can actually fire it, huh? Got a lot of gauge in the front and the sides. That's exposed and could be pretty easily damaged. Okay, let's go ahead and clear the barrels out. We'll get them reloaded and fire a shot just to see what sort of stats these have when actually firing away in a battle. Assuming we can, if there's not a fuse on there that prevents it. Oh, I should probably turn on the overlay so I can actually see the numbers. 11,600 kinetic damage with 76 armor piercing, 6,000 explosive. Time after impact, inertial fused. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, it's also got fragments, quite a bit of fragments, which we saw those at play versus the Bahamut. Those things were just streaking through the inner hull there and wrecking things. It was pretty deadly. They've got a lot of kinetic piercing, but not a whole lot of explosive. So I imagine these will punch through, kill the first heavy armor block, and then probably not blow anything up, really. Oh, well, no, well, let me turn off my repairs. That did, no, the explosion did a decent amount of damage, because there's 3 of them, of course. 18,000 explosive damage will definitely wreck some of these metal beams. But, yep, it looks like it penetrated in. Not sure where the third one hit. I'm not sure it actually managed to hit the back wall. The time after impact fuse might have detonated it before it reached there. And that's why there's only one heavily damaged one up here, beam up here, and then this destroyed beam there. So interesting. I'm gonna fire it one more time just to see. Clear out the barrel. Alright. Do one more shot here. I mean, this one's going to do more damage because the stuff's already damaged, but... well, it blew off the top part, so that made the whole array fall off, but as you can see, it didn't do a whole lot of actual damage to the armor itself. It just happened to blow off the blocks that were holding it on. It did knock out 2 of the heavy armor beams, though, which is expected. I would expect 3 of them to go out, but I don't know why all 3 of the shells aren't connecting. It must be that time after impact fuse. It's the only thing I can think of for that. Anyway, these secondaries have got some penetrating power, but they're kind of lacking in explosives. But the fragments can do quite a bit of damage against the right ship, as we saw against the Bahamut. Like that was pretty impressive. I think. Yep. I'm in the wrong seat, so everything's sideways. Oh, that's not disorienting at all. There. So yeah, that is the prototype 2471, folks. Our newest champion. As far as look goes, it's very Spartan. It's got some decent looking turret caps, and it's got this. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It looks kind of neat, but I don't know what it's really meant for. And it's got some superstructure going, and alloy superstructure at that. Some smokestacks, but there's no smoke coming out of them. It does have some grating over them, which is nice looking. But really, what makes it feel so Spartan as far as aesthetic goes is it doesn't really have a paint job. Like, the deck is painted orange, reddish orange, whatever you want to call that. But nothing else is painted whatsoever, which does kind of make sense since it's, you know, a prototype. They generally don't go around making the prototypes look pretty until they become official, you know, actual things. But, you know, it does detract from at least in my opinion, it detracts from the viewing experience of the vessel. But it's not just my opinion that matters, it's yours. If you think this deserves a spot in the Hall of Beauty and thus becoming a Hall of Famer, go ahead and upvote the comment down below that says to induct it. If you don't, if you think it's not good enough, then upvote the comment that says don't. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.